back on SAUNA Radio. So we're live for the next hour with Stockholm Dance Festival here with Marie, Freddy and Gwen. So we're super happy to have you with us for the next hour. So I'm gonna be short and for the one who don't know you, can you introduce yourself in your own word and maybe tell a bit more about who you are and also what you're doing and everything to know a bit more about you. So who wanna start? You start, Gwen? Okay.
Hello. Now? Should I start now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone. I am GWEN RAKOTOVAO and I am a choreographer, dancer, and I'm also doing artistic research. I'm a PhD at Stockholm University of the Arts. And thank you. And I don't know, it's hard. I would say I love dancing. And yes, I'm getting short on time on words because I performed today. So I think I will pass to the next person. But yeah.
Thank you. Hi everybody. My name is Freddy HOUNDEKINDO and I am also a dance artist and choreographer. I live in Stockholm and I'm currently completing my master in fine art at Kungliga Konsthögskola. So that's fun. And yeah, I mean, just to give you like a quick overview about what I do or like to do or like to think about. I think a lot about identity, blackness, masculinity, and I try to sort of massage this topic through my work. I say massage because I love contact practices, so, so it's very literal. That's about it for now. Thank you.
Thank you. And Marie?
Hello. So I have not been performing today because these guys have been performing twice and I was just out of breath because I was running to get here. But I am Marie, I'm French as well. I'm the founder and artistic director of Stockholm Dance, which I created with Jonas Robin and Eva Broberg 5 years ago. So that's our 5th edition. And I'm not studying like you guys. I don't know. Maybe I will in the future. But yeah, running the festival, it's big enough. And we're right in the middle of it. So we started on the 5th on Tuesday, and we're finishing on Wednesday. So it's really like we're cutting the apple in two, right? Yes, that's me.
Thank you. So what I think is interesting is maybe to have a conversation maybe together, and both of your works are rooted by the body, and so it's interesting maybe that you can share a bit more about the idea behind your work, and to describe a bit more about there are some similarities for you. Maybe Gwen, you can start.
I don't work with masculinity, but it's interesting because I just came back from Dakar, where there was the Africa Dance Biennale, and I was invited to talk at this round table. I will say it in French because it was titled in French, Danse au féminin. So seeing dance as a female body. And I never really asked myself this question because I worked a lot also with identity. I think it becomes inevitable when you're born in France and you have multicultural, you work or like you live with multicultural on a daily basis. So that's something that it's a quest. What is my identity and work through it. So that's one thing. And then I realized, circling back to this round table, that actually working also from a place of being a female with a female body does a lot of things. So I'm actually I don't know, it's something that came that maybe I should also look more into this question of femininity. So I found it very interesting that you are working with this probably for a long time. As of now, I've been working a lot with standing up as a position of resistance, but I found that it was quite a difficult topic and not so joyful, and joy is very important in my work and in my approach. So with my research, my artistic research, I'm working with a funeral ritual, which could be something sad, but which is actually something happy and joyful, because it goes with the honoring our ancestors. And I found that it has, because we see and celebrate death differently than we celebrate life differently. So that's also part of my work at the moment, this ritual. So that's what I'm busy with at the moment artistically.
And Freddy, you work also around masculinity and violence. Can you explain a bit where does that come from? And
I think it came from almost like a need to recover my sense of masculinity. I've been struggling with stereotypes, especially as a black man. I just felt that there was a lot of prejudices and assumption around what I could be and what I should be doing, and instead of, and I think it led to a lot of, let's say, self-suppressing pattern, and through my work I could afford to maybe stretch this limitation and actually just recover masculinity as I wish to experience it on a day-to-day basis. And that's why violence, why? It's because I think combat sport or just the gym culture has been quite taxed with toxic masculinity and a lot of, again, biases. But what I've experienced there is just a lot of intimacy among men that sort of hijack the concept of intimacy and sexuality. I think men within this context can afford to be intimate, can afford to have proximity without being without the sexual association. And I was interested through sport like wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA to challenge the assumption, because again, it's not about proposing positive masculinity, it's about what are the alternatives, and look inside the culture itself and see, okay, what is there? So yeah, I think that's where it came from.
And thank you. And Marie, how does these practices resonate with the vision of Stockholm dance?
I'd say we've been talking for quite a while, both with GWEN and FREDDY. So I think the trust get established over the months or the years, because we know each other more recently with GWEN. But I think one of the principles of Stockholm Dance is that we always try to place dance not only in theatre, we're super happy to be in theatre, but also in unusual contexts, and a lot of the time with museum, because we love the conjunction between exhibition, visual arts, and the moving bodies, and what it creates for the audience, this permeation of art forms. And of course we started talking with GWEN. You told me about the work you were doing in this research work you're doing in Madagascar, looking at your ancestors' village, the rituals you were witnessing, all the question I found super interesting between what you can show, what you shouldn't show, so what is okay to share. And we have a long relationship with Ethnographiska Museet, and I just thought and especially with two of the curators, Michael Lowe Barrett and Andrea Kronlund, which I really want to name because they're instrumental in this dialogue. And we thought that the piece you're working on, like, it would be like really fantastic as part of this exhibition for young people and family. It's quite important to show good dance from an early age. You know, you have to catch them young. So, and I think for FREDDY, I was very inspired by the fact you have this practice on duration. It's a very buzzword, duration, right now in the art world, and very often it's very exhausting. We talked a lot about that. It's like you have to perform for 12 hours and literally kill yourself. And the way you do this durational activation of the exhibition when we see us at Lille Vox, which is over time, which is sustainable, sustainable duration practice, I thought was really interesting. So it's part of a cycle of performance we do, you do, but we wanted to cast a spotlight on this also. So for us, we're not only here to program new things, we're very happy to, and we were happy to help commission, Gwen, but also to be part of your journey. Freddy, something you do without us, but we want to extra help in a way. We want to be in a position of humility, the festival, in that sense. Yeah.
Thank you. So now we're gonna listen to a track that Gwen you showed. I think it's from Earth, Wind and Fire. If I'm right, it's called Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Was Earth, Wind and Fire, and we are back. Back. So I'm gonna ask my next question to the three of you, as we're here with Institut Français de Suède, French Institute, and so we're also really interested about the relationship between France and Sweden. And as the three of you are French, living in Sweden, and I'm curious also to know how it resonates with you being a French artist living in Sweden. And maybe Freddy, you want to start talking about it? I don't know who wants to start.
You're the longest artist here in
For
Sweden.
real?
In Stockholm, yeah. I've been here only one year, so but.
Okay, so I moved to Sweden 8 years ago. Something like that, yeah. Before that, I was in Germany as an exchange student at the Folkwang University. But initially, I am a dancer from the Conservatoire of Lyon. So it's like so I'm like a French bred, yeah. But the truth behind this sort of weird trajectory is that I never worked in France. And I would even go as far as I performed maybe once in my life as a professional dancer in France. So it's a bit of love story that never really happened. And but I hope that now, as a more like independent French artist, to have more opportunities to connect, especially with the city of Nice, because I think the biggest challenge in Nice is that there is a lot of efforts put into tourism and some kind of entertaining culture, but very little into developing the culture that exists. So that's something I would like to, instead of seeing a lack, I would like to see it as a need. There is a need for artists such as me to maybe go back and establish structures that will support the development and also the dissemination of artistic practice and research. Vive la France, vive la République.
I think I can build on that. I will start by saying I love France, so that I can say what follows. But I think that's a great quality of France, actually, and French culture, is that we can be honest and frank. But it kind of resonates because it's also, for me, I trained first in France in a school, Rick Adams, which was a dance school, really high level of training as well, and then I trained further in New York. So that's also, there was a need for me to go elsewhere than France in order to develop me as an artist and my career. And then I went back to France, and that came also with challenges, maybe also mostly related to this multiculturality and multi-positions that I held. And somehow, some ways I land in Stockholm, where I found that all the, how do you say, like the ground is very easy to play with, and it's supported. So my work is supported. So that's also something that I noticed, and it's great. And now I can have a relationship with France, and it's different. And I would say though that I maybe we are the same generation, most likely, but I can see that the generation that are after us, in a good way, have better opportunities. And I agree also that it will be a great thing to also, it's always a pleasure or also to come back and share. But that will be something really nice to build on it, to come back, to be, to have this international experience and have a French, emphasize it with the French relation, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, Freddy and Gwen, because listening to you, I realize we have a little bit similar experience, because I left France 16 years ago, maybe, and I was living in the UK before, in London for like many years, and I've been in Sweden for 8 years, so like you, Freddy. So I've been away from France for quite a while, and maybe I never fully reflected on that, but maybe I wanted to live and be exposed to other context. The British context was really, really, really inspiring. I mean, in one way, we're lucky to be in Europe. We have small continent, it's very easy to go back. I would say I'm quite connected to the French scene because the French dance scene as a curator I find very interesting and it keeps inspiring me in its quality, in its diversity. We have had French artists since the beginning of the festival, supported by the Institut Français always, so thank you for that. Nash with a crump artist, Smail Kanouté who did an intervention as well at Ethnographiska, François Chéniaud. So for me it's a scene that really inspires me. It's the diversity and the richness, and culturally speaking I think a lot of things in terms of cultural politics in France, like the work on making the you know, like internationalization, the work on accessibility, on outreach, I'm always still very inspired by that. Also something I find very strong in dance work in France is the quality of participative work, and this is something that I don't always find very strong in Sweden. The UK and France are very, very equipped on that, meaning that if a work is participative, it can be, you know, there is quality, there is artistic value in this practice, and this is something we really would like to work on, except that it requires a lot of money. So, and ideally would like to build more relationship between France and Sweden, meaning like not only bringing artists here, but also creating like more long-lasting collaboration.
Thank you. And for also something that is very important in France is to dire je t'aime. So that's my transition to for the next track that is from Freddy.
Qui a choisi quoi là?
PLG.
Dire je t'aime.
Allez.
Ben,
Ben l'oncle Soul.
Là, c'est
Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Déjà petit on se mettait des droites. Je peux sauter pour un nique ta mère. Ça veut dire je peux mourir pour toi. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on souffre. Avec mon gars je fais comme un pôle emploi. Je reste devant et j'attends qu'il s'ouvre. J'aimerais qu'il me raconte ses soucis, ses problèmes, mais on parle que de football, de musique et d'oseille. Je suis sur scène, je vois son sourire toucher ses oreilles. Moi aussi les mecs, je suis fier de vous. Quand j'ai votre photo dans les mains, quand j'ai ton enfant sur les genoux. Mes gars sans eux je serais nulle part, je l'aurais jamais dit pour la plupart. Celui qui boit trop, celui qui prend des buvards, celui qui se prend trop pour une pulcra. C'est avec eux que je rentre tard, avec eux que j'ai un temps d'avance, avec eux que j'ai un train de retard, avec eux qu'il y a une grande latence. Ça fait 10 ans que j'attends de savoir comment tu vas vraiment. Et tu me réponds toujours que ça va, en haussant les épaules, en serrant les dents. Pour 10 ans de plus, moi je suis pas sûr que ça passe. Dès qu'une meuf apparaît, tu parles autrement. Comme si on puait la merde, ou qu'on n'en valait pas la peine. Comme si t'as peur que personne t'aime. J'ai trop maté et Arnold ou Disney. Si je sens qu'il y a une tristesse, j'abandonne pas mon copain. Si ma meuf me dit rentre à la messe ou je te quitte, je ramène des fleurs le lendemain. Mes gars c'est mes boussoles, si je suis pas dans leur cœur je suis tout seul. Ils me ramènent de l'eau si je suis trop stone, ils me ramènent sur terre si je suis trop confiant. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Déjà petit on se mettait des droites. Je peux sauter pour un nique ta mère. Ça veut dire je peux mourir pour toi. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on souffre. Avec mon gars je fais comme un pôle emploi. Je reste devant et j'attends qu'il s'ouvre. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Déjà petit on se mettait des droites. Je peux sauter pour un nique ta mère. Ça veut dire je peux mourir pour toi. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on s'aime. Entre mecs on se dit pas qu'on souffre. Avec mon gars je fais comme un pôle emploi. Je reste devant et j'attends qu'il s'ouvre.
So this was Ben PLG, Dire je t'aime. And also something that is very that I'm curious also to know is what do you want people to take with them after experiencing your work And I know that both of you had shows today, so maybe you can tell us a bit more about this. And there are like people jumping in the water at the same time in the background. So who wants to start?
I can if you thank you. For me, it's the conception of dance. Dance is something you share. It's not always, I mean, it is of course something you watch and you see, but it's also something you share. So I've always it's important in my work that even if it's in a sitting of a black box, a theater, or even museum, that the experience is, even if there is an audience and me, and it's separated in a way, but that somehow, some ways we are together to share that, and to, so that the best compliment will be, and Mary gave me the best compliment today, Marie, that there was emotions, that emotions came through, and that to me is important, because dance is something, again, you share. And that will be my answer.
Thank you. My biggest takeaway, or what I'm working on, is really accessibility and exposure for underrepresented community. That's why I've choose to do this very long form, this kind of monthly performance at Lily Evals, is to create as much opportunity for people to be exposed to dance, performance, but also visual art, figuration, and in that case, black figuration. Because I think what people need is accessibility and exposure to things, because everybody is, I believe that in the creative power of everyone, but I think what we need is some getaway, and sometimes being exposed to something create a new field of possibilities. Just by knowing that it exists, you're allowed to occupy that space in a way that is maybe more personal. So I just want people to find allowance and affordance in taking space in whatever way they wish.
Yeah, and I feel very lucky because I saw both your shows today in museum, and Gwen is right. I was crying basically during the show the whole time, and I think both of your practice also, because maybe being placed in this context, I think you allow a space for emotion, for sensibility, for vulnerability, and it's the audience was really focused. I was witnessing a lot of emotion circulating, something that came. I heard some people saying, Freddy, that you shared this very beautiful, calm and spiritual vibe. I think that feel a bit the exhibition, and it's true when you're gone, like you're like, oh, the spirit has changed here, and it's this volatile moment, this very strong like experience and presence, collective presence, that's something very central in the work of the festival. While if we make it happen, and especially in front of a diversity of audience, people who do not witness dance very often and experience it so deeply, but then we have done a good job, right? It's what we're here for, like sharing beautiful practice, but in a very honest and very sensitive way. So that's what I experienced today, and I could see in the audience it was received very, very deeply. So I'm very grateful to both of you actually, and thank you for the trust to be in the festival. And I'm sure people will be able to see you again in these performances and spaces. So yeah.
And can you tell us a bit more about what is going to happen in the next days, maybe at the festival? And
tonight we have a party with you, so that everybody knows. We have a super cool lineup of DJ that you've put together, and on the performance side we have Pierre Piton, Geertz and Dina, who are all students at SKO, actually, who are showing their work next week at the MA Choreographic at MDT, but tonight you will see snippets, and Min Storasoy, who will do extravaganza performance, as she usually does. We have a lot coming up still. We have a show for babies tomorrow, Realities Round by Johansson Pelagon og Dance. We have Clap and Slap by Agnete Lisikaite and Igor Shugalev, which is looking at the relationship between Lithuania and Belarus through dance. Dance as a practice of negotiation. Super powerful piece, very timely in this context. You can think of many other situations when you watch it. We have Lilian Steiner, who will perform at Konsna Huset, SKF on Monday night. Freddy, you're having a workshop as well in Halunda on Monday. And we have Wet Mess coming from the UK, like really amazing drag artist not to be missed, with Testo, which is a show using drag, performance, lip-syncing and pre-recorded voices on testosterone and transition. And we have also Stina Nyberg showing again Make Hay While the Sun Shine on Sergel Torg, so public space. Hope I'm not forgetting anyone. And an installation at Tranströmer Library, part of the Baltic Takeover, from Estonia, mixed reality, mixing poetry and choreography. So it's very rich. It's hard to summarize, but come to the party tonight, of course.
Yes.
Yes. and dance. You know, it's like we don't want people to just watch and be sitting. We want at some point then to get them moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's been nice having you here, and it's already time to say goodbye and to play the last track that you chose. It's by Stromae, Déclaration. So after Dire Je t'aime, now it's Déclaration. Yeah. Thank you.
Si le courage avait un visage, il aurait le tien. Pas besoin de grand chose, mais de toi j'ai besoin. Je sais pas si je crois en Dieu, mais en toi je crois bien. Et pourquoi serait-il masculin? Pardonne-moi, on n'est pas misogyne, on le devient. Mais faudrait surtout pas que madame porte la culotte. Même si la charge mentale, on sait bien qui la porte. Et si être féministe est devenu à la mode, c'est toujours mieux vu d'être un salaud qu'une salope. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange. Toujours obligé d'aimer enfanter. Toujours obligé d'aimer enfanter. La contraception qui te détruit la santé. La santé, la santé, la santé. Endométriose, enchanté. Je suis mieux payé que toi sans vouloir me vanter. Mais faudrait surtout pas que madame porte la culotte. Même si la charge mentale, on sait bien qui la porte. Et si être féministe est devenu à la mode, c'est toujours mieux vu d'être un salaud qu'une salope. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange. T'inquiète pas, ça va aller, faudra bien que ça change. Ça prendra quelques années, vu que ça nous arrange.